Alright, let's see what our next pre is. Alright, we have Daisy now. Who do we want to play as? I don't know, the Donkey Kong face, I just don't trust it. You know, maybe, in order to steal first, you gotta use some underhanded tactics. On a scooter. Maybe I should actually pay attention to the stats of the carts I'm selecting. But no, we're going here. Got a lot of snow courses, I think. Lovely. Still need to get this game. That's fair. Although, I mean, like, not having the game, like, the day it comes out, it's like, there's no shame. I mean, there's no shame in not owning any game, really. I mean, literally, this game's been available for, like, 6 hours, so it's not really unexpected for one to not have it at this point, especially on a console that's only been available for, again, like 6 hours. Well, I'm not sure. Did it come out same time, earlier or later in like Europe and stuff? Like, is it midnight local time? Is it midnight? I don't know. Hard to say. Okay. Now this is... What is this? Okay. Okay, these bends are not actually very driftable, as it turns out. I thought I had items previously. Maybe not. Okay. How's that allowed? And why is there a Wario bead? I repeat, there is a Wario bead on the track. Since when does he dress so... I don't know. Eccentrically? I was gonna say flamboyantly, but I don't think that quite fits. Ooh, I get to do the honors. How unfortunate. So this is a DK. Is this an old or a new track? I don't even know. Because I know there's been... This is a snowy DK track from the Wii. But this is not that. There might be another one elsewhere, but I'm not particularly aware of it, if so. It can't be new, like a Tropical Freeze track, I don't think. And I would just think it would be weird for the ape dwelling in a jungle to have two different ice mountain tracks. That seems kind of strange to me, honestly. I guess it's maybe because of like the extreme sports angle of like you got Funky Kong, and then that rubs off on DK, and then extreme sports. Like basically, here's my logic: Funky Kong is the type of guy who would go skateboarding. Like, I mean, you can just tell by his vibe, his aura. And then he hangs out with DK, and snowboarding is kind of like skateboarding. So it's sort of like 3 degrees of separation, but therefore, Donkey Kong's snowboarding track, obviously. Now, should I actually throw these green shells at some point? Arguably yes. Maybe I should use a boo. Who knows? I hear they're useful. Okay, that was really bad. But I am invisible now. I'm no longer invisible. What a shame. See, they're not going to teach you that maneuver of just jumping over your opponents in Mario Kart School. It's amazing. It does psychic damage to them, which is almost as important as actual damage. I think this is DS. That doesn't... Well, again, it surprised me that there was 2 snowy DK tracks consecutively, but it does feel like it could be a DS track. Alright, so once again, we have won the first track. Now, I can't wait to see how we mess this up. So, available for about 14 hours ago. In Australia. Well, that's like the one big perk of living in Australia is you get things early because of the international deadline, basically. Yeah, I'm sure there are other good things on living in Australia. Probably. Like, for example, I thought there was a turn there. For example, you get to be really adept at killing spiders, which women find sexy, I think. So, there's that. Okay, they're all just drafting off each other, so we need to get involved with this. We can't let them do that on their own. This is a pretty cool approach, though. Seeing the observatory just kind of there. Yeah, I was always of the opinion there was a real dearth of good Super Mario Galaxy-inspired tracks in Mario Kart. There's got to be a better place to use this, but simultaneously getting another item is still pretty good, so... I guess we could do that, sorta. Well done. You don't even bring me to the land, you just drop me in the sky? And you lose all your items, I think. Jeez. Oh, this... Oh, I love this track already. Oh, come on. Okay. The sheller has become... Or no, the shelled has become the sheller, it would seem. It's like the long way. Or as I like to say, the fun way. Okay. Okay, that's a bit of a hairpin turn there. Oh, honest question. So again, we're talking about like weird ice track themes. Why does Rosalina have so many ice-themed tracks? And by so many, I think 2, but I think they're also literally the only 2 Rosalina tracks in the series. Is it just because she looks visually like Elsa? Is that all that it comes down to? Because she didn't... I don't recall her having a particular ice motif in either Super Mario Galaxy game. What happens if you use a feather in midair? Basically nothing. Okay. There aren't that many spiders on Australia. I see. Well, I guess I'll take your word for it. At least we beat Waluigi Vampire, so there's that. Right, I like that track. It's not often you get to race through a library segment. And this one feels more... You're getting the Super Mario Galaxy vibes, I think, more so than you got with Rosalina's Ice World. Heck, I mean, come to think of it, Rosalina's minigame thing to recruit her in the newest Mario Party is also... Well, it's like snowboarding on a snowy mountain. Like, when did we decide that Rosalina is actually an ice queen? Like, no, she's a cosmic princess, not the... Which, I mean, I guess space is really cold, so I guess in that sense it makes sense, but... I don't know. I blame the Walt Disney Corporation. Ooh. Okay, so this is an icy road, so you gotta keep that in mind. Gotta channel your inner ice road trucker, and by channel that I mean just drive straight into the snow. I mean, snow is, I think, safer than ice, though, so there's some logic. Not much, but some. Can you do half pipes in this game? I don't know. I'm not gonna risk it. Because if you can't, then that's a really bad maneuver. Although if it's on both sides, it's like a full pipe or super pipe or something, right? Oh, we're going to this track. I hate this track. Well, who knows? Maybe it's actually decent in this game. Because this track is, in my opinion, I think the worst track in the entire Mario Kart series. But that didn't do anything. Why'd I even bother getting it? Sky High Sunday. Which I guess technically also is an ice theme track, isn't it? Yeah, I kind of like that. Or, I don't know. It's interesting because, I guess due to the nature of the open world, all of the tracks of similar themes end up being close together geographically. So they end up being in the same pre. Which gives each pre, actually, I think, more of an identity, in theory. Never considered that before. You know what? I can't believe I'm saying this, but they kind of did it. Like, this feels like an actual Mario Kart track now, not like one of the, like, mods that you'd find for, like, Mario Kart Wii. No offense to those, but Like the original version of this track, at least as it's depicted. Where the heck did that Pianta come from? Anyways, as it's depicted in Mario Kart 8, like it's just so janky. Oh, it's over. Okay. But it's just so janky that it's like doesn't even feel like it should be legit. Was Nabbit just shaking his butt at us? I'm confused. Anyway. But it actually feels like a real track now, so congratulations. You did the bare minimum. Well, it's actually okay. And you're never going to completely get around the fact that it's literally just an oval with some jumps, but, you know, you do what you can. It's a market improvement. It's cold in space. Yeah, I think so. That's what I've heard anyway. What if Wario is the only one with a bee outfit? Like, is it because he's yellow that he has it? Or maybe does everyone have it? Maybe everyone has an insect outfit. But for Wario, it's a bee. But if you were to be like Pauline, it's like a ladybug or something. Okay. This ice gives me the feeling that it's like gonna break as I drive on this. And obviously that's not going to happen, but like, I'm still kind of worried. Oh, Rosalina brought the snowmobile. Okay, she's apparently the only smart person here. Okay, we have jet skis. That's cool. That was cool too, in a different sense. Is it? Am I off-roading right now? I think I'm off-roading. Maybe I should actually get back in the water. That was a trick. This feels like a very hostile place to be. I really actually am liking the tricking off the waves mechanic. It feels very organic. I guess this is their answer to Wave Race 64, yeah? Any Wave Race fans, we have your new game. You're welcome. Oh, I'm not complete. Okay, I'm completely dead. They gave me hope for a second, just to drag it away. Okay, we've done well for the rest of this pre. Let's not completely throw it away on the last track, okay? We don't need to win this track. We gotta do respectably, though. So you gotta trick off the waves, you gotta drift in. Can you drift on a jet ski? Is that a thing? It doesn't feel like it should be a thing. Like just physics-wise, like what do you... Like, I don't think water is stable enough for you to get a good drift off of. Okay, that's... Of course, right, the land is worse than the water. Gotta remember that. Okay, we are still in 9th place, which is not ideal. And I don't think anyone would argue otherwise. That's not ideal either. Okay, get him. Get him! Oh, there's the end. Okay, get him! We got one of them. Okay, 8th place is pretty bad. That's pretty bad. But we had a pretty good lead already, so it might be enough. Just barely. Okay, it was enough by like a massive margin. Lovely. And Baby Mario looking like Turbo down there. Yeesh. Or actually like a Mii racer sort of too. In a certain sense. Alright, first Grand Prix victory. Well done, Nabbit. You know, Pianta actually kind of feels right as a racer. It doesn't feel like one of the ones that's like ridiculously absurd. Like honestly, I'm kind of surprised Pianta wasn't a racer in like Double Dash. All right. Moving on. Oh, we got Rosalina. Lovely. And that didn't feel random. That kind of feels like you beat the Rosalina tracks. Good job. You got a Rosalina. You have collected 100 coins and unlocked a new vehicle. Lovely. That's the power of compound interest for you.